Well, to no one's surprise, Coach, it is a snowy afternoon in upstate New York as you get a peek at New Era Field in Orchard Park. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the New York Jets. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Mike. 57's Mike. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Allen, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, it's Allen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Taken from just outside the 30.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. What is it? Going 58 to the mic. Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell.
Run, run it.
The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. Touchdown number 15 of the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Let's go!
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Throwing on second down. Allen. It's hauled in by Lee Smith. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I'm coming.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Keep it up, guys.
Alert, alert, alert.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 44-yard line. Brown signed with the Bills in March. Last year he was in Baltimore, 4 seasons in Arizona prior to that. But they're hoping that Brown can add a lot of speed to this offense, which he should. Last year in Baltimore, 715 yards and 5 touchdowns. They'll run on first down. Singletary. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. In on the stop, the Pro Bowl strong safety, Jamal Adams.
Brings up second and 7 at the Jets' 41-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Back and go full strength.
Allen going to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, 20, 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown.
There we go. Nice move. Nice move.
Bryant now to tack on the extra point. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check, 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 check. Showing it.
Hey, home.
Check. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
On first down, Allen. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
And here's Allen to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Lamar. Able to get him for a loss of about 3.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
On third and long, it's Allen. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And the safety, Carl Joseph, there to knock that one away. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing that.
From the 22, Newton. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
58 to Mike. Hey, man, watch the boot.
Now Newton on first down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
Back him up.
Jerry Hughes racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Gun. 58 to Mike, 58. Check.
Airing one out for Crowder. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Ed Oliver, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10.
Check three.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the Jets have recovered.
Whenever we call a game that's in the snow, we have to focus a little bit more, trying to make sure we've got the right numbers on players that we're calling, right? The right guys in the game. Think about the guys on the field. Their focus has to really increase as well because so many things coming at you. You got to make sure that you're really locked in on taking care of the ball.
Or if you don't, you cough it up like they did right there.
Set. Guys, Mike, 49. I got you, boy.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton caught here by Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Le'Veon Bell with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Jets will extend their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. His throw incomplete.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Don't get nervous.
From the gun, Allen. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Let's go, fellas.
15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
21-0 our score after one.
That's the way.
Down 80.
57 to Mike.
Don't get nervous.
Jam him, jam him, jam, jam.
Half.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Allen now from the gun. He'll throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe with a pick.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Ready? Right 88.
Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Hey, here I come.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. 2nd and 12. Newton now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Bell. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2.
Let's get some penetration.
That's it. 58, right over there. Mike, 58,
Here's Newton.
right there.
Got him in. It's Brown. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
On first down, Newton. That one complete to Anderson. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. So after the INT, it's Allen. Complete. Smith has it. And they work this out past the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game. In New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. Here's Bryant for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Allen hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Outside coming.
Allen's throw is complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you say, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 9 yards there, and they get a 1st down.
I'm scared.
1st and 10 at the 41.
Allen operating from the gun. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
Yeah, baby.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Baby. Your trip ends here.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Watch the curl. 36.
Alert!
Operating from the gun, Allen. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So off goes Allen, and on comes Stephen Hauschka for the Buffalo field goal. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime, something to build on maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? But wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here's Newton. And he fires one incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And now it's 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Newton. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
57's the mic. Watch twist. 57's the mic. 57's the mic.
Pick me up. Here we go.
Switch.
Alert. We go.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 16. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Crabtree the target on that one.
Right. We can't be stopped.
We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now following the interception, here's Newton. He's going to air one out for Anderson. That's going to be caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Let's go.
Robbie Anderson. As the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
Come on now, let's go.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. But we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. It's a gain of 6, and that will be the final play of this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Go take. Spell. Watch the safety creep. He's coming. 8.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. Here's a throw out wide to Anderson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles, and creating his own yardage. And he just did on that play.
Newton now to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Out of the pistol, it's Bell. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Yeah, baby.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it, because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Yo.
A shotgun snap for Newton. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jamison Crowder. His 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score 42.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Get that quarterback. Catch it.
Here's Allen. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Brian Poole. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Check hot route. Hot. 8.
Newton on first down. This will be caught by Brown. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
I'm coming for you. You must.
To throw is Newton. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Hey, watch edge, watch edge. Gun. 58's the mic. 58. In the face. Gun. Check.
From the gun, here's Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On first down, Singletary. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Mike 54. Watch the screen.
On 2nd and 12, Allen. Crabtree has it. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 14.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, But number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Newton. And his throw is incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. 3rd down here.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Newton to throw. And he can't get away. Newton can't escape the pressure, and it's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the 3rd.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Newton. It's complete to Brown, right side. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
3rd quarter and you got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st.
Watch the shift.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. On the catch, it's Crowder. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet 1st down.
Let's go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Right there. Check.
Great.
Out of the gun.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field.
This one caught by Crowder. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Let's go. 58,
come on.
Watch the run.
One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
180. Mike. Hey, watch the slant.
Jay. Here we go.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. It's a foot race. The 40, the 30, past the 20. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown.
Perfection's on.
Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Calling about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Airing it out deep for Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that's caught by Beasley. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
At the 24-yard line.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
No gain on this. Half 85. Half 85.
57's a Mike. 57's a Mike.
Now Allen to throw. Throwing again. Looking sideline, incomplete. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Regular.
Throwing his Allen on 3rd. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think in clement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
Round 80.
They'll come out in the pistol.
I got wide.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal.
Let's get off the field, D. Check 50.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen to the end zone, but it's incomplete. I think here the score dictates you pretty much got to go for it.
Well, when you look at the scoreboard and you realize that 3 doesn't do you a whole lot of good in this situation, you're exactly right. Dial up one of your better plays and get after it. Forget the field goal kicker. He doesn't matter.
Hauschka's kick is good, and the Bills are forced to settle for 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Let's go! Let's go!
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says? Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Ready? Look, 80. Mike 49. 1, 2, 3. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS.
They'll go again with Bell. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
White now to return. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Allen, going to throw again. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll flip this quickly out to Beasley. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
57. Mike 57. Coming for you.
Throwing on first down is Allen. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
Yeah, all day. The big boys came out to play. I've been here, brother. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more where I came from.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Wide, get wide.
Off 52.
Throwing again on second down. Allen, now a desperation throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain of 32 that time.
Watch the run.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown, but it'll be second down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Michael Crabtree, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bills cut into that lead. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Come on, fellas.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Ready? 58's the mic.
Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jets, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they'll limp to the finish line with a final record of 5-11. And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place but could stand to get deeper and younger all around. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.